Milagros Batista, talented fashion designer of wearable art and master knitter, as well as activist. You are What's Hot Today on Janet Shield Scott podcast. And welcome to the visitors that are visiting the site, that are visiting you, that are visiting us. Welcome, everyone. And we've got a great show today because you've got some wonderful pieces and some great stories to tell. So let's get started.
Thank you, Janet, for having me with you and the beautiful show. Yes, I'm ready to show as a designer what I do, what is the exhibition that is here at Children Art Carnival, and my story, how I started to do.
You basically use knitting as your way of doing fashion.
Knitting and crocheting.
Okay, knitting and crochet, and you're a master at it.
That's what I've been told that I can make. I didn't stay only in making a hat and a scarf. I went all the way to any piece, any garments that anyone wants, I can make it.
Yes. So I understand that you, with your fashion design, it's more like wearable art, and you do it through spirituality and activism. Can you explain that? Explain that.
Yeah. Yes. First of all, my teacher back home, when I was there and we were around her, it was just a unique woman that can do anything and everything. But me, when I grew up and thought about that experience, what was that all about? And remembering that the women that she was teaching, they were women from all sorts of class. And that we were not there. And remember, I was there when I was a little girl. Before I was 10, I was so exposed to this type of women.
And where was this actually?
In the Dominican Republic, a little town in the northern part, which is Puerto Plata, all mountain in one side and then ocean on the other side.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It was beautiful space, physical space, but also the people. And we still have that. We still have people that speak from their heart, people that are doing the work that you see done by institutions that are not really part of del pueblo, the popular. These are women that have no training, that they were doing what was for them to offer to other people. So I saw that. I was really seeing this, and I brought it to this country. I brought it to Brooklyn and to Harlem and to Washington Heights, and I've been exposed to other women, but that is my root. Those women.
Yeah, how long have you been doing this in the United States?
I started again learning from 7 to 10 crochet, and then from 10 to 13, that was the time that I came to this country. I did it for those 7 years consecutive, learning. So I left. I came here with all the skill, and I got here to the 8th grade, and that was my passing through junior high school, that I was able to sit in the home economic class, in my crochet or knitting class. No English was needed, and I will be making pieces for the class, and those teachers were just amazed. And then I continued crochet through my high school, my adult life. I incorporated that into my work as a social worker and activist. And then 10 years ago, I was not willing to continue working for anyone. And I say, wait a minute, I have this in my heart, I need to create. So I think I am in the right place, at that age I am now. the only thing that I can continue doing is create. And what is that bring me to this when I told at the other interview that what is spiritual is that for me, I just think about what I want to make, and it's in my head. I find the right yarns. I find the right design, and I make a piece that when someone sees it, say, "No, this is me. I want this."
Yeah. And then I understand that you use it, well, through your spirituality, you also use it where it helps to remove blockage and new paths for growth. And
Yes.
in what way is that?
All through my professional life as a social worker, I used to work with women in mental health, substance abuse, women that were going through all different situations in their life. And I would say, yes, let's talk. You have your therapist, you have a coach that is going to help you solving all this problem. But now with me, you're going to come after you do all of that. You're going to come to the class, the knitting and crocheting class, and we're going to work in a project.
Oh.
And my best project, even though those women will make pieces for themselves, but the one that I felt the most is that about 15 women, all pregnant, all substance abuser.
Wow.
And one day, the one of them said, "Wow, instead of making things for us, why don't we make a blanket? And we all take a piece and finish a blanket for the next baby that is born as part of this group."
Oh,
And
that's beautiful.
they did, they had those blankets.
And you know what, when you talk about the activism and it makes me think about decades ago here in the United States during slavery, where a lot of the slaves would put up quilts. They would make quilts and they put messages in the quilts and they'd hang the quilts up so that when people would walk through, certain people, they could read the messages that were displayed on the quilts. And it kind of reminds me of that.
That is definitely what I want to recreate, is that we get messages.
Yeah.
As part of my beginning and thinking about this process, when I think about, the quilt tradition,
Mhm.
as part of this movement in the Dominican Republic, when I was a little girl, and I was the younger one in the group, women and learning about what was this, the slave women doing. And then when I think about this group of women in Puerto Plata, they were sending messages. They were making pieces. And I said, I don't have the proof, but I have my memory going back to that time.
Yes.
Who was delivering those messages and
Wow.
those pieces?
Hmm. That's
And
powerful.
when I think about this little girl who the guards, the police would not be checking, I was probably that little girl, because I remember
That's amazing.
taking, "Oh, we finished this. Can you take it to this house?" I would quietly, didn't ask what was there, what was for, but I believe that it was a piece that was finished
Mhm. That's
during
beautiful.
that
Yeah.
moment. And this is what I feel that this interview are helping me go back, that it was not just the knitting and crochet. I remember that the conversation was about.
Yes. Yeah, and so then also I understand that you use it for meditation where it helps you to gain power and strength. And how does that happen with your knit?
Let me tell you, it's another piece that is sad to me. the working with the kind of program and problem that the community was facing, and I would work like my day was not 8 hours a day. My work was 12 to 15 hours a day. I would go home, definitely will cook for my family, but before I went to sleep, I had to take my needle and crochet another, sit down for another 2 hours, knit and complete whatever I was making for that. So I have those pieces that no matter what, I will be before I will not go to bed before I take my needle and advance in a project.
Yeah, so I understand that you also incorporate your culture and diversity into the designs. Tell us about that.
Um, yes, my as a Black Afro Latina, uh, the pieces or dresses that you will see in my collection, people will see the color I use. Many designers here that I'm breaking the norm, the color are very, I would not say, I'm not criticizing them. My color, I do work in bright colors. When I look at, and I made them, and then I say, wait a minute, this is the pieces that I remember my grandmother wearing. I made a piece that my mother wore in 1961 when she came to United States for the first time.
Okay.
And I have that piece in my head when I made it. And then I say, wait a minute, this is my mother piece. And then when for this collection, for this exhibit, I wanted it to have pieces that means a lot to me. And when I see a dress that it's called a Maria Vittoria, these were pieces that I remember women wearing on a Sunday afternoon that are very tight and then rough in the bottom.
Okay.
I also have a collection of pieces from the clothing the native women in Guatemala. And I made those pieces thinking those are mine. And then when I see it, and people who knows about native clothing in Latin Americans, they say, but this is the design from women from Guatemala. And I say, yes, this is it. I'm making the pieces that are not in the fashion industry, but other pieces that I remember growing up.
Helps bring the culture and then the diversity.
The diversity for me is that some time ago, people will say, who can wear your clothing? And I would say, I will define diversity by age, a group of age. I would say women from 20 to 85. That's the older person that have my clothing. And then later on, I say, wait a minute. No, for me, diversity is small women, large women, young, old, and gender. My pieces can be worn by male or female.
Okay.
And that is the diversity that I'm bringing. And pieces that I had that a man would say, no, that is not for me. They have, now I'm braiding the hair. And I say, no, male can wear a hat that I call it the power hat with a braided
Yeah,
ponytail.
I saw that. I love that. Uh-huh. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
piece. A lot of your work. As a matter of fact, are you wearing a piece now that you designed?
Yes, this is my magenta collection. which is purple now. It's magenta in my hat.
Okay, I love
So
it.
this piece is part of my winter collection about 3 years ago.
Okay. Now we're going to get to the fashions for 2024, but before we do that, so your work has been displayed in the Children's Art Carnival in Harlem. Is this still being displayed there?
It's been displays. We started for the month of February, and I dedicated this collection to Black History, celebration of Black History Month, and my color are mainly the green, black, and red.
Mhm.
So it had become such popular and people attending to this that it was extended for another month.
Wonderful.
So I've been here for 2 months, so they will be here until the end of this week.
Yeah, like women.
And yes. Children Art Carnival, I am a resident here for many years, but now it's being open to do this type of exhibition, which is not only for the resident of the CAC, but also to any artist in the community can come and use the gallery. And it's a beautiful space. It's also a place that you feel energy that you don't feel in many other places.
Yeah, that's important, especially with fashion, because I don't know, when you put on a piece, sometimes you do just feel like sashaying across the room, like you're on the runway. And your pieces are so beautiful with the different designs on them. What is the feedback that you've received from the children that have come through the carnival?
Okay, I did 2 workshops for children. Only there are many different workshops every Saturday, but my from the the children was very popular, and not only they were involved during the 2 hours that they were here, but they didn't want to go. And now I'm opening to have them back for another workshop on a regular basis. So the children are interested. And for me, it was very touching to see small hands
Yes.
fighting with this yarn and needle, eager to learn. And it took me back. I'd say it's taking me back to my time because that's what the age that I started to.
Yeah, it's beautiful because this way you can share your stories with them and pass it on. And you never know, you might end up seeing you may influence someone that can go on to be a well-renowned fashion designer as well.
Definitely. I envision to see that.
And your collection is found at batistacollection.com.
Yeah, batistacollection.com. Yeah. And that is my website and also my Instagram.
All right. Do you have any pieces you can show us now? Just give us.
Okay. I'm at the gallery and I'm going to start with my window.
Okay, great.
The green,
Oh, that's beautiful.
the black is all this front. The back is all also red, black, and green. It's a big cape.
Mhm.
And then my red.
Okay, I love the big loose ruffles in there.
Rough, yeah. This
Mm.
is my new collection. So let me show you the piece that is the culture, the women from Guatemala, and also
Love it.
this this will remind you the Granny Square will remind you the patchwork,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, but I do the traditional with a new trend.
Oh,
See the cos in leather?
yes. And then you design purses as well, huh?
Yes. Purses that go with the clothing, the garments. Look at this.
I love that. Oh, that's beautiful. That's definitely on time for spring.
Definitely. Okay, see my long dresses,
Yes, love
the,
that.
the black
Mhm.
and the red.
Okay, beautiful.
Then I want you to see this wall.
Oh, nice. What are those capes?
Yeah, those are, I would call it throw. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
And look at my black
Yeah.
skirt and a little top,
All right.
ruffle, and my red. But
Beautiful.
then I'm going to show you the one in the, okay, look at this piece.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Very nice.
And this piece.
Mm,
The other part that I am making is this piece. I'm recreating a piece that a woman called Sicolo from the Grandazza Amaros, she wore in the 60s and 70s.
mhm. Okay.
So those pieces with her, I'm trying to recreate.
So would
And
some
then
of those pieces be your spring and summer? I know that purse that you just showed me.
that one is for the spring, yes.
Okay.
Look at this one, the breaking chains. This is all
Oh, nice. Very different. That is you.
very, mhm. And let's go with the pen, with a pair of pen. This is winter
So
and left. But these are the pieces that can be worn by male or female.
okay, I can see that.
Yeah. And this is my hats with
Oh, yes, yes. Yes,
mhm,
I know a lot of people that can wear that.
yeah. And this is but also my sustainability. These are a piece of leather. You
Mm.
get that from a thrift shop, cut the arms and making the arm crochet, knit the arm that go with the piece.
Okay, so, like I said, you are so talented and creative.
Yeah, and then look at my BLM, part of my activism,
Yeah,
social justice.
yes, nice. Now, is that a quilt or a blanket?
Is
Wall piece?
a
Where you-
wall piece. I
Okay.
did it during COVID or during the first month that George Floyd was killed. And
Oh,
then it was part of an exhibit. Those windows, we using ground floor window to in a museum, so that we still be shown in a museum. And they call it a tapestry because it's so big that the person.
we can catch you on BatistaCollections.com, and you said that you're on. Yeah,
Now,
things good.
okay,
Um,
my spring in blue.
I love it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk, because when the camera goes to you when you talk.
Okay. I'm
Go-
showing my spring, part of the spring, my flower, and again my bags.
Love it, love it, love it. So now that will be on BatistaCollections.com on your website?
As of a week from the end of the conversation, but yes, it will be. It's not yet, but I
Tho-
did a photo shoot last Saturday.
Okay, those kids are so fortunate to have you in their lives.
Yes, yes. I think it's my duty to pass it on. And I think the carnival had this space for the kids, had been here for 50 years, and we just need to continue the work.
Thank you.
We are committed to the work.